Give me 1 second. Still connecting. Alrighty, there you go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stardew Valley, Day 4. As always, we're trying to reach 100% of this game. God knows how long that's gonna take me, probably a few years. But until then, great. Great way to start. Worst luck today, that's okay. Do our best. Got a strawberry harvest at least. Probably a bad strawberry harvest, but that's fine. Still get a decent amount of money from this. I believe we just got our farmhouse, our first coop last time. Got our silo going. So we can go ahead and harvest all the hay and wheat on our farm without wasting it. Now, is it just me, or has Twitch updated or something? I swear it is not this polished the last time I stream. Excuse me if I cough or sneeze during the event session. Still a bit sick. Really need to go see the doctors. I've been sick for quite a while now, honestly. It's a bit of an inconvenience. Since it's a bad day, we're probably not gonna go down to the mines. Could always do some fishing. Fishing gives us some nice, experience. Get us some extra cash. Not really gonna do it for the bundle until the second year because I despise the fishing bundle. And the reward of it doesn't really give us much either. This unlocks the ore harvesting thing from the waters, which honestly, even after I get the copper pan, I use it only during the Ginger Islands events for artifacts. But other than that, it's essentially useless, so. Fishing, not in a hurry. And by the time we're in year 2, we'll probably be able to have access towards the rain totem, which, guarantees a rainy day. Which implies that, it'll be a lot easier to catch the fish we want. Control the weather then. So for now, we definitely want the mining one though. The mining bundle, I believe, gives some of the better rewards that we could use early and late game. Let's see, what was I doing? Just putting that back. Let's go check if the coop is ready. I don't remember where we left it off as last time we played. In fact, I don't even remember which part of the farm I put it in. I think it's the other slots. Okay. Oh, wait, yes, it's here. It's under construction. Is Robin in there today? Yes, you are. Hello, Robin. Thank you for your hard work, madam. I would marry you if I could. Unfortunately, you're already taken. Very much a shame. Anyways, as soon as this coop is upgraded, we'll be able to hatch our little dinosaur egg, which we got really, really lucky in getting very early on. That'll help us a whole lot. Our early gameplay. Didn't even have to spend money to buy eggs. No, not eggs. Buy chickens. Just already got a creature that gives us far better money than regular chicken eggs. Also, I discovered the other day that apparently golden chickens exist in this game, but they're only unlocked when you have 100% of the game. And then afterwards you'll be able to buy a golden egg from Marnie's to hatch a golden chicken. Of course, the other way to unlock it is to cheat and name one for farm animals, or name yourself the code for the golden egg, but of course we're not going to do that. We'll play this run through legitimately. It's interesting to know, because I definitely did not know. In fact, it's only recently that I found out there was ostriches in this game. Huh? I made it very far in my own private save file for Stardew Valley, but I've never gotten an ostrich before. I wonder how you do it. I heard rumors that it's from finishing the museum, but that's really based on luck too, since some of the artifacts can be a pain to get. Especially the mummified frog, or whatever that is, I believe. Difficult to gather all the artifacts. Makes sense though, you know, as the name implies, they are artifacts. They belong in museums. That's why they're hard, difficult to get. Hello, Grandpa. See you in 2 years. Still in the spring of year 1, so got a lot of things to do. Yeah, we chop down the trees. We want to do that for the experience, for foraging. Foraging is a fantastic tool for us to use. Alright, let's do some fishing, and then afterwards, I'll probably buy a new rod. There you go. That's where my thought was going. Definitely want a fiberglass one. And upgrade to the iridium one as soon as possible. Friday. Let's see. We already gave Coraline 2 flowers. I guess we'll give it to Linus then, since he is in the mountains and we're headed there. Walk this way through the community service to cover more grounds, and also to pick any flowers that spawn in the community garden yard. Friendships, not that important, and of course once everything's unlocked, or during winter, when I have a lot more free time without watering things and harvesting crops, and gift all the gifts we want to the villagers. And also, since we chose the Batcave, increasing friendship should be a lot easier, since most characters in this game enjoys fruits as gifts. Let's walk this way, in case Linus is up here. No, we still haven't unlocked the area. It's honestly better for us, because one less area for Linus to be. Am I right? Mildly dying. And we have the worst luck today, so I'm not expecting too much from those treasure chests. Yeah. Very average. It's very nice and peaceful though. Here, sitting day by day, fishing I don't know if this is a type of life for me in reality, though. Fishing can be pretty tough. Gutting it, especially. Fish guts really stinks. So if you have to gut your own fish, you have to be really careful about not slicing open the stomach or intestines by accident. Otherwise, you'll be smelling like that type of fish guts for a very long time. And I find it pretty interesting how Asian cultures and the Western cultures very differentiated opinions about carp. I guess it's because carp is very difficult to slice into fillets. But since Asian cultures, we use chopsticks, right? So we can be a lot more intricate in the way we eat food. Like fish with a lot of bones, such as carps. They're a lot easier for us to eat, since we can just pick off the meat little by little. Maybe that's why it's a lot more popular in the Asian countries. Whereas in the Western countries, we use forks and knives, and that doesn't really give you much mobility. I mean, it's very good for steaks and such like that. So, large land animals with tough meats. But fish with lots of bones, not very good for it. Probably why carp is so delicious to Asian people. It's just myself. It's a shame that people in America are just straight up killing carps before they're releasing them, no? Like, carps, they're basically the garbage eaters of fishes. Just leave them there, eat all the garbage for you. As this description implies, they're very common, reproduces quickly, very minimal requirements. Excuse my birds in the background. They're fighting over millets. They already had their share of millets this morning. They honestly have way too much treat all the time already. One of them must have spotted a single millet in their food bowl or something, just fighting over it. From the looks of it. It's getting dark. It's fast. Whole day went by, from watering plants and chopping a bit of trees. But by gods, the character we play as must be ripped. Absolutely muscly from all the manual labor they do all day, every day. Despite having the worst luck for today, we seem to be getting a decent amount of fish. By decent amount, I mean we've only gotten 1 or 2 garbage. We even got a few treasure chests. And no rabbit's foot yet, because we don't even have access to that until 2nd year. Alright, I think that's enough fishing for us. Time to go home. and sell all of our fish. Some nice onions. Delicious. I tell you, wild onions are the best. Like store-grown onions? Not store-grown. Store-bought onions are fantastic too, but you can eat freshly grown onions. They are definitely a lot more flavorful because give them more time to grow. You know? Yeah. We'll keep that one on us. And go to bed. What do crops? I believe this is the option that gives us the processed food that sells for more. Since we'll be selling on a wine and jam in the future, we definitely want that one, that option. We won't be focusing on animals too much. Very happy today. Okay, into the mines we go then. Purchasing coop upgrade. In addition to doubling the capacity of your coop, I have taken the liberty to installing an incubator. Use the incubator. Simply place an egg inside. If you have space left in your coop, the egg will hatch in several days. As always, thank you for your business, Robin. Well, Robin, how long would it take for a dinosaur egg to hatch? Do tell. I don't think it makes a difference whether or not we put it in the mornings or in the late afternoon, but we'll do it now because I'm very forgetful. The sooner we put it in, the sooner we can have a little dino that produces eggs for us. There you go. I put this I put this cube so close to here because I'm hoping that in the future when we have ducklings, they can swim in that pond underneath. I wanted to put it even closer to the pond, but then I thought, you know, you gotta give it space for them to eat grass. So, a little further away it is. On our farm, we have a scarecrow couple. Very nice couple. They don't have names, but we'll probably name them something. And then I will proceed to immediately forget about that name. Next time I play Stardew. In California today, it's quite the weather system. Very cloudy, but not a drop of rain. It's making me start to wonder if maybe it's not clouds at all, but a thick layer of like smog. Maybe there was some factory nearby that burned down or something. The clouds has been lingering in the skies. Unmoving and not very useful because it's not raining. Alright, let's see. We'll bring a hoe with us. We're gonna sell the spurs since we already donated one pair to the museum. Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. We got 9,000. So, can actually upgrade our tools. Let's go do that with our axe because we want to get hardwood soon. The sooner we get hardwood, the sooner we can have a horse, which would be immensely helpful with our speed throughout the game. The hoe is probably one of the last tools we're gonna upgrade because, you know, not really energy intensive. I do wonder if we'll be able to get a garbage hat. That'd be pretty nice. Great. Of course you have to come out at the very moment. Lewis. I will rule the day I have your underwear in my hands. And not in that way. Alright, Lioness, here you go. Copper X. Yes, thank you. Time to give Linus his daily flower, and for us to go into the mines. We yearn for the mines, always. It is our home, just like the little Dwarven people. Of course, in reality, I'm so sure I might as well be a dwarf too. Go that way since Linus like to live high up. You know, this high up, the view must be pretty nice. Even if you live in the outdoors, it's probably still quite fine. You got your own little cooking sets in that tent. You know, a nice bedroll. I mean, bathing might be a bit of a problem, but in the future you're gonna have a hot springs. And you can always just bathe in a pond, I guess. Feed the local ecosystem. Keep their pH balance with their filth. We'll go with the steel. The great sword is okay, but it's just so slow. We definitely want a lot of bat wings for summer or spring rains or something like that. I forgot which season it is that it rains the most. No! It fell right on my range. We really need the ring. The ring of suck. Soon. We've been pretty unlucky. Even on the barrows and boxes levels, we have not been getting any rings of any sorts. No light rings, no suck rings. Very sad. My goodness, you have a lot of health, don't you? Not very lucky so far. But this is an elevator level, so I guess it's understandable. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is gonna be the only ghost I kill. And I see how long it's gonna take. I really don't want to stand here and 5 minutes trying to kill one ghost in the future. Quite a waste of my time. How are you still not dead? Are you recovering health or something? Can you do that? Well, at least you gave me a lot of stuff. Okay, you're forgiven. You're forgiven, ghost. An empty level. Quartz, great for selling, and nothing else. Because you get refined quartz from trash, so you don't really need it from these unpure ores. If anything, save the coal. You know, save the coal for more important things like ores. Right. Nothing else. Gimme the passage down, game. Oh my goodness. So much little dust mites. Also, here, let me turn, make it a little larger, the screen. Oh, not that one. Yes, this one. 80. Yeah, 80 is pretty good. Another ghost. We're gonna ignore it this time. Ow. Ow. Man, that's a lot of staircases. But we definitely want all these little dust mites. I guess I don't really need all these dust mites. We can probably come back once we have a better weapon. But oh, the coal. Get some barrels with all these. Not barrels, well, I guess they are barrels, but not the wine barrels anyways. Okay, we're getting a little low. Let's have some food. You know what, I have enough of your level. No ores here, just a bunch of monsters. You, however, bats. We definitely want your wings. Hand them over. Alright, nothing there, and nothing here. I thought today's supposed to be a lucky day. Nothing in these rooms. So empty. Ooh, a diamond. Just as I say that, huh? Guess I can use a bit of extra cash. Definitely. Ow. Forgot you existed there. And of course, nothing else. Another very empty floor. Time to move on. No, little slimes. Maybe you are the manifestation of the dungeon itself or something. There's really no reason for you to try and kill me. This is a very troublesome floor. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Alright. No, what am I doing? I guess that's one downside with the zoomed out version of this game. Sometimes your perspectives can get a little lost. But it's very useful for mine since you don't have to walk all the way through to the other side just to see what's in it. More coffee beans. I wonder when the coffee bean grows anyways. Coffee is quite nice in this game. Just to make you go fast. Fast bean juice. Free money. an okay amount of quartz so far. Nice coal. Always use coal. Ooh, a weapon slime. This is quite a nice floor. Fortunately, a weapon slime usually have a lot of health, so that one's gonna take me a while. I don't want to chase the bat all the way to the wall, because they might drop their wings way too close to the outside zone. The iron edge. Not really necessary for us, but good for money. We can sell to the Adventurers Guild, in which I believe we actually just got admitted to a few days ago from killing slimes. Unfortunately, it's already not opened because it's late. Right now, that half is meant to be there. And there you go. Weapon saved. A bit of food, in case I forget to bring food whenever I go to the mines. Ready to head home. Oh, there's a forageable. Probably shouldn't do that, we're running low. Ah. Might lose energy, but that's fine, not too big of a deal. Here, you can have, go there, ghost fish. Pet our cats, go to bed. Made a whopping 70 gold. We're rich, boys. Omelets, Gonna make dinosaur egg omelets, though. So we have on hand. Mildly perturbed today. Alright, no mines. Maybe fishing again. Dear Fragaria, I read an article about you in the local paper. I'm so impressed with your progress on the farm. Keep this up and dear old dad might retire in a Fern Islands luxury bungalow after all. Such a weird word. Love dad. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. It is a bit strange though, isn't it? Our character, who technically knows, I mean I'm assuming knows nothing about farming, is able to run a whole ass farm as soon as they quit their office jobs. But, you know, maybe Grandpapa has shown us the ropes when we were children before he passed. That might explain our abilities. Oh, excuse me. Still not done yet. And also, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not checking on the dinosaur egg, it's because once they hatch, the game will inform you during the night and ask you for a name for the new animal. So, until it does that, our egg is still incubating. There's no need to worry for them. Let's go pet our cats. And then buy a better rod and go fishing. And also while we're here, let's go check our bat cave. I don't think we have much in there yet. Hasn't been very long, yeah, since we left it. But we need an apricot for one of our quests, I believe, or maybe one of our future quests. So Jody wants a cauliflower. I don't remember if I saved a cauliflower for her, but let's go check for that as well. Let's save this apricot. Oh, yes, we do. Look at that. Perfect. Don't need those. Keep that there. Put the watering can in there too. I don't remember if I have a chest on the beach. Or bring a chest with us just in case. And also put our pickaxe here as well. Tomorrow should be when our new axe comes in. And we go around chopping down all the wood again. Only this time faster, of course. We have a copper ore. It really begs the question, like, what kind of weapons or what kind of tools did we have before our copper and iron tools? Was it like made of rocks or something? What, stone tools? Our grandpa left us with stone tools to work with. Didn't even have money for an iron axe. Oh right, we were supposed to talk to Jody. I completely forgot. Jody, I thought I saw you walking by. I hope I'm not too late. There you are. Oh, that looks so delicious. Thank you. This is just what I wanted. It's going to be perfect for my yellow curry. Taking a break from house chores today. If I don't spend any time outside, I'll go crazy. Plus, I don't want my legs to turn soft. Understandable, Josie. It's tough being the life of a mom. Having the life of a mom. Luckily, I'm not one myself. But my day job definitely includes me working with kids, so Niece partly knows what it takes to entertain kids, and by God is it a lot of work. It's also Sunday already, therefore okay, can't be put there. Well, we don't want to put too far. Let's just put it in the dock. Right here, perhaps. Alright. Let's do some ocean fish today. It doesn't give us as much money as the lake fishes, but it's about time we upgrade, I suppose. I should have brought our baits. Forgot that too. Oh well. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some treasure chests for baits. Fish up some baits for fishing. Endless fishing. Oh, a fishing spot just opened up actually. Okay. Doesn't look like we're getting anything here anyways. Let's go there. Okay. Oh, what in the world? There we go. Wasting my energy, game. Come on. Sardines. Oh, well, that's fantastic. I guess that school of fish just consists of one single sardine. 2 sardines. It was a pair of sardines that made all those bubbles in the ocean. Next to her bag, next to her chest. Man, the news wasn't kidding when they say this is gonna be a bad day. I do believe that we get perfects like that one. We do get extra XP for it, and better quality fish, so do want to try to do that as often as possible. I've got pretty average fishing though, so hopefully it's enough to help us level up fast. Herrings and sardines. I guess they're just common ocean fishes. Nothing too special about them, according to the game. Man, seaweed. Seaweed is quite the incredible grass. Quite an incredible vegetable. So much nutrients. Such a interesting place to grow. Honestly, almost all seagrass and sea plants, just water plants, fascinates me. Since, you know, one of the main purposes or survival methods that plants use is turning carbon into oxygen. It's what they do to turn the food and nutrients they absorbed through their roots into sugar. Especially plants like lily pads, lotus flowers. No, that makes sense because they use roots in ponds, guarantees that they will have water, and they can absorb a lot of nutrients from fish leftovers. So they're guaranteed, you know, sunlight because their leaves are always on the surface of the water. And they're guaranteed water with their roots in the water. What I'm trying to get at is that lily plants are smart. They are peak evolution. But other plants like seaweed that's completely submerged in water. A little more confusing. They don't get as much sunlight, and they have to find other ways to filter out oxygen and carbon from the water itself, rather than, you know, getting it from the air, which is a lot more plentiful in compared to underneath the sea. But each to their own, I suppose. I love these light posts, whether it is in-game or in real life. Something about light posts, you know? They feel like a beacon of hope in the dark nights, lighting up our very, very dark streets. And light pollution really changes my perspectives of darkness, because whenever there's a blackout, you really get to see how dark it can get at night. honestly, with light pollution, I wonder if our eyes have de-evolved. You know, like currently, the way that we're living, there's always some level of brightness that makes it so we don't really need to dilate our eyeballs that much to see in the dark. Maybe because of that, we aren't really able to reach our max potential in seeing in the dark. Now we can only see some things in the darkness, not all of it. Even with the help of moonlight, it's become quite difficult for us to see anything without help of a flashlight or something. Oh, we got an achievement. Fisherman! Yeah! Quite good, quite good. You know, right next to Willy. He's fishing, I'm fishing. It's going great. Although from the looks of it, it seems we're stealing all the fish from Willy. All the fish is coming towards us. I don't think Willy's caught a single fish yet. Which I find funny, because you know, looking at the ice fishing competition, we know that these villagers have an animation for when they catch a fish. But Willy never performs the animation when he's idle in other locations of the game, except for the ice fishing competition, which implies he never catches a fish. He just have his rod in the water 5 hours straight and not catch anything. You know, it is said that you can get water for your watering can in any water sources. I wonder if we can get water from that barrel of water over there. You can get it from the ocean as well, so I wonder if it's possible to get it from that barrel. Be pretty interesting to see, test out. Maybe later, if I bring my watering can here. Might never happen though. So we have a small inventory currently. We don't want a watering can to take up all the space. What are you? Seem a little more difficult to catch. Halibites. Man, it's funny how I'm getting so many of these now. Actually, I believe you're one of the fish I need for my bundles. I'll save you in the chest for later. Almost done fishing. Last one. What will it be? And I do wonder if we'll be able to catch the sea creature that crawls out from under the docks throughout our streams. In the 800 hours that I've played this game, I've only ever seen it twice, I believe. Once was during the jellyfish events, or was it a guaranteed option? I'm not sure. It might be guaranteed, actually. Don't count that one. But the legitimate time was definitely existed. Scared the absolute bejesus out of me that time. There you go. Check that with us. You can have the sucky bamboo rod. I don't think we can really get rid of it unless we throw it away. Which we really don't want to do until later on when we upgrade our trash can and just about anything can give us a bunch of gold. And then we'll throw a bunch of things away and earn ourselves a pretty penny from garbage. Garbage collection. I'm gonna put my mouse over these bushes because sometimes, you know, corals, orchids, sea urchins hide behind them. But they would show a little green plus sign if there was something behind it. If you put your mouse over it, so sure way to tell. Oh. Oh, hello, Linus. What are you doing on this fine evening? Arr, sounds like those raccoons are back again. Filthy warrants. Ah, you turned up at the right moment, miss. Could you do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare off those raccoons for me? They've been causing a real mess. Thanks. Make sure you give them a good scare so they never come back. You know, Linus, I do approve of you and your trash digging, because I do that too, but why are you leaving a mess, man? You know? I search it, but I leave everything the way it was, bro. Gotta clean up. It was me, I'm sorry. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff like that will go to waste if I don't take it. I definitely get you. I've eaten plenty of garbage. Do you think it's wrong that I'm doing what I'm doing now? Not really. You know, it's a shame for the food to go to waste, honestly. Thanks, Fragaria. I knew you were an open-minded person. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm not harming anyone. No, I guess not. You can go home. I promise I won't rummage in George's can anymore. You can tell him you scared off the raccoon for good. I wonder if there is raccoons in this game, though. We don't really see raccoons even in the random animal encounters, like frogs and birds. There's some wormy spots, but we don't have a hole. Maybe tomorrow. Wait. I know what you're doing, Linus. If you need food, just ask. I don't want anyone in Pelican Town to go hungry. Here, I got a basket of zucchini fritters for you. Just make sure you dip them in my spicy marinara. That sounds delicious. Go on, take it. It's interesting that I think every dish in Stardew Valley is actually vegetarian or vegan. Makes sense, I suppose. Not really any meats to eat around here, despite there being a farm. They close. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I guess fish is meat. What is that word for it? Maybe is it called pescatarian? Where you only eat fish as meats, but no other types of meats? Maybe. I actually threw the trash away. Oops. Not too big of a loss, so it's fine. Alright, time for bed. I earned a decent amount of gold today. This is a pretty tough one, because we'll do this for now. Trapper, we can always just change your career later down the line when we unlock the sewers, so. Because Trapper is definitely great for endgame, where you don't have to do much. No efforts for resources. Alright, anyways, give me 1 minute, I will be back. Alrighty, I'm back. Hello. Got myself a cup of water. Hopefully it helps with my throat. I'm telling you, I always forget to bring myself water during streams. Water just poofs out of my mind. Very happy today. Good, it's summer. It also means our strawberries are dead. Time for new seeds. Alright, we definitely won't be fishing today. But maybe some foraging. Let's see, watering can, pickaxe. Where is our hoe? I think we left it in the mines. Shite. Okay. Doesn't matter. Let's do some prepping while we're on the farm. Of course, organize things a little bit. Do you want to move these scarecrows? Alright, since this female scarecrow is going to be much more effective at, you know, scaring away crows, let's put her like in the middle of the farm. Where? Here would be nice. And then we'll put the guy on this side. Go. And watch over our old farming area. Let's go get our hoe and also our axe. Both are ready today. And it's still early, so, you know, it's not open yet anyways. There's no need to rush. Good morning, Linus. How are you today, my friend? Hopefully doing okay in this hot, hot summer. I really dislike summer because it's way too hot for me, but maybe you like it. No discouragements here. There it is. Give you some salmon berries. Now here's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the day. A single salmon berry. You know, I've never ate salmonberry before, but there's honestly a lot of fruits I haven't had before. It's just the other day where I had boysenberry. They're also red. I wonder if they're like also salmonberry but just called it differently or something. Very tart but very sweet too. They're like a mix between raspberries and blackberries. Interesting flavor, but a little more on the expensive side. Not sure why. Maybe they're hard to grow or harvest or something. So, I won't be eating it in my average diet. But if I do have the chance, I'll have some boysenberries. Alright, blueberries, definitely want that. We'll get 9 melons. 9 melons. We'll get 9 tomato plants. We'll get 9 peppers. We'll get 9 corn. Don't need hop. Well, we'll get 1 hop seeds, because, you know, I believe it's because, what was her name? Pam wants alcohol made out of hops. That'd be good. And every other crops, the flowers, not not that useful, so we'll spend the rest of our money on blueberries. Technically, melon would give us more money, but I don't really want to replant seeds all season. Oh my goodness. Must be because they know Linus is going through their trash. Sorry, Linus, I took your cookies. They're mine now. I want them granny cookies. Very broke at the moment, but with some luck, we'll get all that money back soon enough. It's our axe. Thank you. Alright. You know, I always thought that Clint's was just a little thicker than average, but the average model, but if you see him in his swimsuit on Ginger Island, it's really quite the sight. And it's also something that you wish you can unsee. It was very interesting. You know, he's a blacksmith, right? So you would imagine he is full of muscles from all that hammering and metalworks. But he really isn't. He's quite flappy. Maybe he just doesn't have enough work. But that doesn't make any sense. Or maybe it does, actually. I guess, other than the farmer, us, there really isn't much other demands for him and his skills, right? Robin, especially, that family can handle themselves. In many of the ironworks, too, I imagine. Alright, can we get rid of you now? Yes, we can. Fantastic. There we go. Let's check out this large patched area for planting grass. Planting crops. Technically, like the radius of a scarecrow, you should put it in the middle of your crops, but I just feel like it looks better like this. But maybe that's just me. Would it look good in the middle though? Perhaps. I wish they show us the radius of these scarecrows. No. Don't like it. You know what? If the crops get eaten, they get eaten. It's just the way things goes. There's some fertilizer. Can make our own, of course. Oh, this is also ready to be planted in summer. And, oh, we got extra melon seeds too. Great, fantastic. Now there it is, the sap. Turn it on to basic fertilizer. This basic fertilizer is already quite good. Not really a need to use any high quality fertilizers. Unless you're in a rush, then you can definitely use the speed grow. And if you want to have a greenhouse, then it's definitely good to use the premium water retaining fertilizer. Water retaining soil. What's the count anyways, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. At least now it's even. Of course, this isn't a permanent setup. And in all honestly, we definitely should use sprinklers, but I don't know if I have enough iron to mix them yet. See if I can. It's fine, we'll just fertilize the area. Not too big of a deal if we lose one or two. Just space. Alright, so that's not necessary. Need that for bundle. For other food today, so we don't need to keep that on us. And we don't have enough for a quality sprinkler yet, so I guess we'll wait on that. Or just water everything by hand. It's fine. We can use a basic sprinkler, but don't really want to. They're kind of ugly. And even if you resell them in the future, they're difficult to earn back the money you spent on them. And put these hard to plants plants near the water, and then fill all the other spaces with blueberries. Ground blueberries are so delicious, especially when they're freshly picked. If you've never had fresh blueberries, my goodness, you're missing out. Gotta find yourself a U-Pig farm and get yourself a bucket of fresh blueberries and just munch on that. Especially perfectly ripe blueberries. They're so sweet, you're practically eating candy. Healthy candy. Not only they're healthy, delicious. And a nice little activity of exercise, picking blueberries around the field. Get some nice sun while you're out there too. Alrighty, time for some cookies. Although yes, you know, heavy foods are good for the mines too, but you don't get a lot of them. Personally, I like these easier to carry, smaller portions of food for the mines. It's a lot more specific for the energy requirements that you need. Until you get to Skull Caverns, of course. Whatever gives you the most health and energy is the food you want to take with you. Hopefully by then, money isn't an issue for us anymore, and we get to enjoy the luxuries of just digging straight down to level 100 for our iridiums. Alrighty. Look at that. We can finally open up this shortcut here at long last. it is unlocked for us. Hello, little owl. You know, if you pause and zoom in a little bit, you can actually see quite a bit of details on that owl. See their little eyebrows. Feathery eyebrows. Man, feathers are really something unique. I'm always intrigued by a bird's feather. So interesting. Unlike hair, where it's just one strand of things, a feather looks real good, whether as decoration or as a bunch in the form of a wing. Why can't humans have feathers instead of hair? I feel like that'd be an interesting thought process. Can you imagine if humans had feathers instead of hair then? It'll still keep us, you know, warm. We'll just be flightless birds like a penguin or an ostrich. Although I guess penguin and ostrich feathers definitely aren't as interesting as birds that has flight feathers. Their feather seems a little more fur-like. They're very droopy and not very stable at all. Flight birds have really tough and big feathers. Keep them afloat in the air. Alright, there you go. A nice harvest. We even got a bunch of mahogany seeds. We now have an infinite source of hardwood, which is pretty neat. We'll just plant them there. Not all of them is gonna grow, but we don't need all of them to grow, so it doesn't matter. As long as one of them grow, trees will continuously spread their seeds everywhere. And then, you know, infinite amounts of mahogany. Weather, clear and sunny. Fortune, very good. Time to mine. Well, water first and then mine. This little blueberries look so silly. They're sprouting out. Do you like how Concerned Ape gave them a bit of a special animation when you water them and step over them? Oh, right, and talking about Concerned Ape, he just tweeted out Iridium Scythes. You know, the one tool I think every single Stardew player has been waiting for. Very, very excited for it. Hopefully we get to see it soon. Whenever our next update is. Could take months, could take years. That's fine. I'll be here, waiting for it. Whenever it comes. Very excited to see. You know, I know they recommend using sprinklers so you don't waste your energy and such, but I honestly really like watering in this game. It relaxes me. It's a very relaxing activity, personally. Let's see, I'll bring this bread, that, and some berries for our mines. Leave everything else here. Don't need them. Alright. Time to go. Some nice grapes. Delicious. I love grapes. But it's interesting. It seems lately the grapes haven't really been tasting that good. Maybe it's not grape season. What is grape season anyways? The seasons of the grape. I don't know if Stardew's grape season's accurate, so can't completely trust its seasonal weathers. Alright, let's go. Iron ore, show yourself. Lots of things on this floor, but not too many of them are good things. Wooden mallets. Wow, that does actually a ton of damage. Let's try it out. I like it. It's very slow, but get to use a hammer. Hammer your problems away. Don't run away from me. It's time for my revenge. Ankle biters. Man, great for combating bats. Since they take a while to, you know, come back. The cooldown gives it enough time. For me to ready my next swing. Lots of bats today, which is good. Want to collect as many wings as we can. Ouch, ouch. Okay, now we need a path down, please. Give us the letters. Oh, come on now, game. Don't do this to us. So close to level 60. And if possible, level 70. Or 65 at the very least. Probably not even gonna make it to 65, actually. And let's get you out of my inventory. Delicious. Lots of health from it. Can't wait to get the Iridium Hammer. One of my favorite weapons. It's a bit slow, but once you upgrade it, it can be very fast. course, the Galaxy Sword is also fantastic, especially if you get into cahoots with Mr. Q and he hooks you up with that Galaxy upgrade material. Then your Galaxy Sword is probably going to be even better than the Mallets in dealing damage. And of course be even faster than the Mallets. And have more room for damage slots instead of speed. Really not much luck here. Where are you, staircases? Staircases down. On lucky day, you gotta work your magic with me here. It's lying about it being a lucky day. Oracle. This is a chest for, looks like. Hopefully we get some decent weapon from it. Or rings. Please give me some rings. I'll even take the sucky version of it. I don't even need it to be the big one. I need it to be a small one, it's fine. Anything at this point. These dust sprites are a little fast for our millets. But it's okay. They die very fast too, so still alright. Seems to be a lot more stones in these pathways. I remember being able to just zoom through. Excuse me? You have better be kidding me. Game. I really need that weapon. Game. You better give me a ring of suck in that one of those chests there. Better give me a magnet ring, man. I swear, find your mother. Come on. Come on. Please. Ah. Unbelievable. Oh, they gave us a ring, alright. No, not a ring. They gave us a better weapon, alright. Gave us a weapon right out of our reach. Oh, goodness. I wonder if maybe if we sing our weapon a bunch of times, we can slowly move out of frames for a bit. And grab it. Oh, please. Why would you do this to me? I have never been treated so cruelly by Stardew. It was terrible. I'm going to bed. Lucky day, my ass. This is the worst day. This is the worst of my regular days. Alright, anyways. Let's sell some of these weapons. We'll keep the crystal dagger. No, not really. I don't really want the crystal dagger. From what I remember, the crystal dagger doesn't do enough damage for their to justify their stay. We'll keep the rusty sword. No, I lied. Well, I'll sell that too. I think the Adventurer's Guild should be still open at this hour. So... fantastic. By any chance, you sell me rings of suck? No, no rings of suck. Tragedy. Iron Dirk. Love that name. Dirk. So you know what? You can have the slime too. Don't need the slime. Not a lot of money, but at least it's out of our inventory. The forest sword would have been great for us. I forgot our hoe again. Let's go back and get it. Then after that, I'm probably gonna have to go. I did plan on staying a little longer than this, but if I stay any longer, it's gonna be bad for my health after that incident. Can't believe the Forest Blade betrayed me like this. Might be back at night though. Might be back. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. Probably. We'll see. Hopefully. I mean, luckily, the weather's been getting a lot more drier, so the mold, the spores of the mold are dying down a bit. Letting me have a clearer mind instead of being in a daze all the time. What in the world? Didn't even have to think about that. The ore one is definitely good. There was an earthquake during the nights. Oh, now I'm curious. What was the earthquake? Where is it? It's not that, you know, meteorite, because it's always been there. Is it on this side? Nothing unusual. Must be on the other corners then. Sit here. Maybe the hatching of our dino caused the earthquake. Nope, still incubating, so it's not a dinosaur. Okay, that side, perhaps? At least we got a wormy spot here. No, I don't think there was anything here either. Nothing obstructing our way down here. That's always been there, not new. What in the world? What was the earthquake all about then? This is embarrassing. I lost my lucky purple shorts. I'm telling you because I think I can trust you. If you find them, bring them back to me discreetly. I'll pay you well, thank you. Of course, you're gonna give the farmer who's known you for 1 month at a time to find your private shorts for you. How very smart of you, Mayor Lewis. How very smart. Alright, since I have no energy in reality, I'm gonna go ahead and just chop down trees and those hardwood stumps for the day. Just about too tired to do anything else. And we really need to upgrade our watering can too. As soon as we get the money. Seen any crows? No crows, that's good. No crows is the best crows. Except in reality, of course. Especially if you want to befriend crows in the neighborhood. They will protect you as a flock. But in Stardew, no, we don't want crows. Evil little Stardew crows eat all our plants and seeds. Any crows? No crows yet. Getting real lucky. Probably do some scything too. Thin out the grass a little bit. Getting to be a bit much, especially here in the middle areas. Don't need it here. We want it to be clear. Clear it out. This. You know, I do wonder why we only have stumps too. Whatever happened to those giant hardwood trees? You know, they must have been very large, judging by the size of their trunks. Honestly, when I first planted mahogany wood, I was pretty disappointed by the size of the tree. I had fully expected them to be this large. Seeing the stumps they left behind was this large. But no, unfortunately I just got regular tree model with a bit of extra special leaves pattern color. But nothing else other than that. No giant trees here. Very sad. We do want as much as grass as we can get our hands on. This gives us less money we have to use in the future for food for the animals. And by God, once we have a lot of animals, it is gonna take a lot of cash to keep them all fed. Ooh, pomegranates. We'll save that for Elliot's birthday. Man, the one thing I don't like about Stardew is the friendship degradation, you know? friendship slowly going away within the times you don't visit them. I personally disagree with it. Me and my friends, we don't talk that often, but we stay friends. Stay friends. Don't just suddenly stop being friends. Yeah, so get rid of this grass that's behind it. Can't really see it anyways. There you go. Nice and thinned out. Let's make it into a prettier shape. Rectangular. Semi-rectangular. Still not hatched yet, but let's move all this hay to the chest. It's taking a while. Oh, look at that, it was full. The silo was in fact full. There you go. Okay, now it's lopsided, I hate that. Oh god, I'm gonna stop here. It's gonna be a bald patch of grass if I keep going. Unfortunately, we can't break the rocks yet because copper pickaxe isn't strong enough to break those big pieces of rocks, so no need to try. And we need at least an iron axe to break the giant logs of hardwood too, so we'll have to get on that soon as well. I mean, not too soon, it's not too necessary. Try very hard not to accidentally slice off that small sapling up there for the evergreen. I wonder if this log regenerates every day since it's on a grassy patch. Well, no other way to find out until tomorrow. Check back there and see if it really do regenerate. And also, wow, all those logs and we only got one mahogany. I guess they're not that common. Anyways, let's plant down about one square off to the side in case they need the room to grow. There you go. Grow into beautiful mahogany trees, my little ones. Yes. Other than that, time for bed. Summer roundup. Ooh, very good today. Still don't know the cause of the earthquake, but we can live with it. Let's go check the stump. I'm very curious. Because we've got... Oh my god, it does! This changes everything. It doesn't change anything, actually, but we get extra pieces of wood, hardwood. Very happy about that. Because we definitely have the mines down there, right? So having hardwood too on the farm is fantastic. But that being said, I think I'm about done with Stardew today. Good old chunk of progress. Alright, until next time. Bye-bye.